You're allowed to use aluminum. The only place you're allowed to use aluminum is in the service wire. There was at one point in time, for a short period of time, they were allowed to use aluminum for the branch circuit wiring, the small wiring in the house. But they had so much trouble with fires, they had to quickly remedy the situation and go back to copper. But you're still allowed to use aluminum for service. Now, like you said, aluminum breaks down over a period of time, and it will cause heating, overheating, and possible fires, either in the panel or in the meter can, the Florida Power and Light meter can. And we get calls all the time where the wire has burned up in the connection, and it causes the people to either have to replace the panel in the house or replace the meter can outside. I would suggest if a homeowner is having his service increased or replaced, to have the contractor make sure that he's using copper wire. You can't put a price on it. Even though copper is a little more expensive, in the long run you're a lot better off by using copper.
That would be my thought. Hank, good evening and welcome to the Miami Home Show.
Good evening, sir. I have one question. I'm running some PVC pipe out in the front yard, and I need to know how deep I have to go. I'm putting an outside electric gate plus outside light. What's code for the depth that I have to put in the PVC in the ground? And what type of wire
inches.
would I have to use?
The minimum depth is 18 inches.
Right.
And it's going to be electric gate, you say?
Right.
And how far is the gate from the source?
It's about 150 feet.
Well, you encounter a voltage drop problem there, and I would recommend probably going with about a number 10 wire.
Number 10. Also, I'm running on the outside wall. I'm putting in a central air unit system, and I'm running 200 feet from my breaker box to the back. I'm running PVC also underground to the AC unit outside. What type of wire would I use for that?
Well, of course, we use copper with a THHN insulation. That's what the majority of electricians use nowadays. It's the best wire you can buy.
I see.
But it's determined by the size of the AC unit.
Exactly, the
What
size of the wire. Right.
Yeah, the size of the wire will be determined by the load of the unit you're putting in, and that can range determining upon that load what size wire you use. Be sure and put a ground wire in that PVC if you use PVC.
Okay.
Right.
All right, that's all the questions I have. Thank you very much.
Well, thanks for calling, Hank.
Yeah, I have a question about ground fault interrupter outlets. Where they're required by code, both outdoor and indoor outlets.
Any outlet outdoors has to be a ground fault interrupter. Any outlet in the bathrooms has to be a ground fault interrupter. Any outlet that's adjacent or next to a kitchen sink has to be on a ground fault interrupter. Garage outlet has to be on a ground fault interrupter. That's pretty, anything around a swimming pool, which would be outside anyway, would be on a ground fault interrupter. So that's basically the main areas which are required for ground fault interrupters.
Does, if you have a multiple outdoor installation on the same circuit, in other words, multiple outdoor outlets, does each individual outlet have to be a GFI outlet, or can one GFI outlet protect all the outlets?
Your first one can be your ground fault interrupter. Then you can come off the load side of that, and you can hit 4 or 5 more standard receptacles, and they will be protected by that first ground fault interrupter.
Okay. And that requirement for indoor use is on new construction. In other words, I live in a house that was built in the 50s.
Right.
Obviously, the kitchen and bathrooms were not, you know, even when the house was remodeled, I don't think the code requirement then was for GFI. So now...
It is now.
Yeah, it is now, right. Okay, well, thanks a lot.